If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. This show is specifically for you, my subscriber, to use as a tool to share with someone you know. Because I promise you, I will simplify this the best that I can to at least make the person who is the biggest skeptical in your life raise an eyebrow about social engineering and about how they are slaves to this system. So give me 10 minutes of your time. I'm going to play a video clip that should raise your eyebrows. That should make you go, that's a little bit weird, isn't it? If you are not awake and you're seeing this video, welcome to your awakening. Consider it divine intervention and hopefully the beginning of a step in your life that you will take in going down a rabbit hole, which isn't a scary place at all. A rabbit hole which will show you the truths of this world. You are living in a lie, under total control from social engineering. Watch this video clip and begin to see how mind control works.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But we are concerned about the trouble and irresponsible, one-sided news stories
plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 These talking points are all brought to you from various networks with the same head, the same snake at the top. Events occur around the world yearly. Bohemian Grove, the Bilderberg meetings, these are private events where presidents, politicians, corporations, and editors of every single mainstream media outlet attend, from New York Times to CNN to the CEO of PepsiCo. And what they do is they work together to engineer the masses and manipulate the masses through mind control, social engineering, and repetition to herd you like cattle, to get you to go on board with their agendas, to manipulate you and ultimately turn you away from God and into living this satanic Luciferian mindset, the satanic Luciferian do without wilt mindset that they all have. These people serve one master, Lucifer. Now you might say, how does that begin? Where does something like this start? Freemason lodges in every single town in America. You don't notice it. Why? Because you don't notice signs and symbols. Because this isn't stuff they'll talk about on the news. Look up Freemason lodge close to you and you'll find one. In these lodges, this is where they begin the indoctrination of teaching the Luciferian doctrine. Now, they have to grow through Freemasonry to learn these secrets, but these are the people who end up going into higher secret societies, different denominations of secret societies, who become your politicians, who are selected to be your politicians, who are selected to be the leaders of corporations, and who are selected to be the social influencers that you see in Hollywood and the music industry. Their job, to engineer you. In easier, simpler terms, to manipulate you, to steer you the way that they must steer you, which is away from the Bible, away from the spiritual war that's going on, away from God, and into thinking that you are free when you're not. This is a social experiment, a science project. You ever hear the rat on a wheel term? People chasing the American dream, working 9 to 5 so they can continue to be enslaved in debt and under control of the Federal Reserve. These people only care about enslaving you, but then tricking you into thinking that you're free. But think about the freedoms that you've given up, the privacy that we all give up by putting devices like the Amazon Echo in our home, the Apple Watch, the TVs that have cameras in it, or putting ourselves in our own prison systems. And you might say, well, they don't access that stuff. Think again. The NSA, the Patriot Act, these laws that have been passed give them full and total access and control to your devices, to monitor you and to watch you as if you were in a prison. You see, some people say, well, why aren't we all in prisons? Why don't they just throw us all in jail? There's not enough jails. There's not enough room. How else could they enslave all of us? There's more of us than there are of them. We could overthrow them. We could override this if we work together, but we don't. Because they get us at the lower levels to bicker with one another over things that they engineer, like racism, feminism, men turning on women, women turning on men, black versus white, Hispanic versus black, white versus white, everything from every area, because the goal is to divide and conquer, order out of chaos. You saw that news clip. Do you think that was independently done? Wouldn't you think a little affiliate in a small town in Illinois might have a different lead-in than a lead-in in Los Angeles or New York or Albuquerque or who knows where? Word for word, verbatim engineering, because it all comes down from a hierarchy who passes these scripts that they all read to make sure everyone in the nation is under the same social engineering. Everyone in the nation is under the same control and being steered the same way. That's why channels like this and voices like mine are so dangerous, because we critically think, because we push back, because we question. People find that dangerous these days. Why do you think fake news was created? To stop people like me from talking about and showing you this stuff. Why do you think they shut down YouTube channels when you question something that goes on, one of these events in the news? Why can't you question it? Why can't you be an independent investigator? These people clearly aren't on the news. Look what they're reading. They're reading off a script. They're just being handed this stuff. Just like when these events occur, they're being handed stories and reading about them. These people aren't journalists. These people aren't investigators. They're puppets. And how do you think they get there on the local news? Freemason. How about the female? Eastern Star Witch. Because that's what the Eastern Star women are. Look at their logo, the pentagram. Same as the Satanic Temple. Same as all Satanists use. You might say, what about the kids? You know, some of these events that occur, kids are involved. What are they, actors? We've heard all these types of things about Dee Malay, Job's daughter, Rainbow Girls, organizations funded and run by Freemasonry and the Eastern Star to control these youth and to get them into Freemasonry as soon as possible to become the controllers, the influencers, and the rulers. If you're new to this stuff, welcome to the awakening. If you're wide awake, I hope that this video is something that you can share with people close to you to awaken them. I don't want to make this too long because I want this to be short, sweet, and simple. You are enslaved here in America. You are enslaved worldwide. Freedom is an illusion. This is not a republic. Their goal, the end game, divide and conquer, order out of chaos, the rise of the Antichrist, and the destruction of the human race, leading souls away from God in heaven, convincing people that God isn't real. The falling away that the Bible talks about, you're in it, and we're seeing it all around us. Please consider joining our awakening. And by our, I mean all of us who are awake here on YouTube, on my website at callforunuprising.com. If you haven't joined, consider joining. We're not going anywhere. We're not going to stop being the voice for the voiceless and trying to wake up the sleeping zombies out there, because we all were asleep at one point in time. All of us. Nobody was born awake because we are programmed at a young age. We all got put in the school system. We all had parents who were zombies, and we all broke free from it. And if you're listening to this and this stuff's new to you and you're confused, you can break free from this too. Just start using your mind. Critically think. Ask questions. Look for patterns, symbols, repetition. And hopefully we'll see you here for this mass awakening that's going to occur. Because this is a call for an uprising. I thank you for listening to today's show. I hope this video helped some of you out. God bless you all and your families.